Robin, thank you for joining me. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Basically, this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20. The name of the franchise is the Hollywood Avengers because every single player on the team is a created player that reflects one of the actors that plays in the MCU. As you can see from the league, my intention is to play every game of every inning of every game, 162 games. We're up to game number 10. The Avengers are 7-2, as you can see, and they're half a game out of first place. They've taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the National League West. So let's play game number 10. Let's do this. Playing against Colorado, I basically won the first 2 games of the set in Coors Field, and it's time to play game 3, trying to sweep the Colorado Rockies. Here we go. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the away team playing at Coors Field. That looks good. Bradley Cooper, also known as Rocket Raccoon, is the pitcher, starting pitcher. So we usually play Dungeons and Dragons on this channel, but when we're not playing D&D on Monday nights, usually I like to play video games. So baseball is one of the games that I like to play. So thank you for joining me. So here we go. Welcome. It's an NL West matchup between the Hollywood Avengers and the Colorado Rockies here in Colorado. On the mound for the Rockies is Tom Seaver, Hall of Famer, making his 3rd start of the season. His record is 0-1, but his ERA is 2.84. And he faces Tom Holland, also known as Spider-Man, hitting .576 in 9 games so far, leading off for the Avengers. And he takes low ball 1. Rockies have only won 1 game. They're 1-8.
First pitch, 111.
And he grounds it back through the box, up the middle, and into center field for a base hit. So Spider-Man is on first with nobody out here in the top of the first.
Batting second, the shortstop, number 9.
Shortstop, Anthony Mackie, also known as the Falcon, steps up to the plate. He's hitting .382. First pitch is a pitch out. Tom Holland is going nowhere, staying at first. Anthony Mackie, .382, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. Steps in with a 1-0 count against Tom Seaver. And he's off. Throw down to second is not in time. Holland steals second. Here's the replay. Good jump on the pitcher. And he's got a stolen base. So runner in scoring position for Anthony Mackie. Outside count is 3 balls and no strikes. Does he have the green light? No, he does not. Tony Stark is on deck. So Tom Holland leads off second. 3-0 count from the Seaver. Change up down the middle for strike 1. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Falcon. Here it comes. And he's behind on the fastball, 97 on the radar gun. And the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner, which is Spider-Man, leads off second. And here comes the payoff pitch. Over the top of it, he swings and misses for the first out of the ball game. Tom's first strikeout, obviously.
That is third. The first baseman, number 12.
Next up is Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself, hitting .282 with 3 homers, 8 runs batted in. And he pops it up in the infield, right behind second base. Greg Jones is there, and there are 2 down. Starting lineup for the Avengers: Tom Holland at second, Anthony Mackie at short, Robert Downey Jr. at first, Chris Evans catching, Chadwick Boseman is third base, Mark Ruffalo is the designated hitter. In right is Idris Elba. In left is Dave Batista. And in center field is Don Cheadle. Captain America, Chris Evans himself, is up there with 2 down here in the top of the first. And it's a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Jones fires. And he's safe. He pulled him off the bag. So they have new life. Was it error on the first baseman? No, error on the shortstop. They say Greg Jones' throw was offline. So with 2 down, it's runners at first and third with T'Challa. Chadwick Boseman, the late great Black Panther, hitting .452. With a homer and 3 RBIs, he has runners at first and third with 2 outs. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. For those of you that are unaware, Chadwick Boseman passed away this year, unfortunately. But he'll be T'Challa forever. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. And it is curving into the seats. It is a foul ball. And quickly there are 2 strikes on Chad. Tom Holland leads off third. Chris Evans leads off first. Pitch is outside. Count is 1-2. Did he swing? No, he did not. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Boseman. 2 down here. 2 strikes, 2 balls, 2 out. And he skies it to deep right field, but right there is Hayward, who makes the catch to retire the side. So, no ball, no runs, 1 hit, 2 left on, and after in half an inning of play, it's Hollywood Avengers nothing. Colorado Rockies coming up to that. On the mound for the Avengers is Rocket Raccoon Bradley Cooper. He's making his 2nd start of the season. He's 0-1 with a 6.75 earned run average. And he gets Duke Schneider hitting .279 with a homer and 4 RBIs to lead off the game. And he fouls it off for strike 1. And that's strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Duke Schneider. Duke played for the Brooklyn Dodgers before they moved to the Los Angeles area. Slices it into the seats foul. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. He was kind of basically Brooklyn's answer to Mickey Mantle in the 1950s and 60s. He was a Hall of Fame player, was a legit player. And he gets a piece of the change of speed, and we'll do it again. Cooper deals. And he breaks his bat. He avoids the shrapnel, and T'Challa makes the catch on a line for the first out. So Duke Schneider led off. Greg Jones is playing short. Willie McCovey's at first. Miguel Cabrera is at third. Yuri Gurriel is the designated hitter. Jason Hayward is in right. Andrew McCutcheon's in left. Michael Butch is at second, and Corey Lee is behind the plate. Greg Jones, shortstop, .263, 1 homer, 1 RBI so far in this young season. We're still in April. Takes it down the low ball 1. Hollywood Avengers have won 7 of their first 9 games. It's good for 2nd place. That's Robert Downey Jr. at first. And Idris Elba in right. And he pulls it, and it curls foul into the seats. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Jones. Just gets a piece of the 2-seamer. Count is 1-2. Forkball is low. Count is 2-2. Kenny Jansen is the home plate umpire calling balls and strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the first. That's Bradley Cooper's first strikeout.
Batting third, the first baseman, Willie McCovey.
So Willie McCovey is up. Willie played for the San Francisco Giants in his career. There's 2 down here in the first. Oh, and he hits it high and deep. That's got a chance. It is gone. That's a solo home run for Willie McCovey, his 3rd homer of the season. And just like that, the Colorado Rockies have a 1-0 lead. Oh. Flop. Boom. 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 So a very thin, very fit, very young Miguel Cabrera is up receiving 237 with a homer and an RBI. And that low pitch is called a strike by Jansen, the home plate umpire. It's 0-1. I don't know if I agree, but I'll take it. And it's a weak ground ball off the end of the bat. T'Challa fields, fires, got him. And the side is retired. So, after an inning of baseball, Willie McCovey breaks the tie with this, a solo home run, his third of the season, and it's the Colorado Rockies lead, 1-0. Top of the second, Mark Ruffalo steps to the plate, the man who plays the Hulk in the Marvel Universe, and 321 with a homer and 7 runs batted in. Pitch is low, ball 1. Out in front of the changeup, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Mark. 2-1.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Right on the outside corner, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ruffalo. Outside corner, strike 3, and there's 1 down. Tom's second strikeout of the game. Let's see the location. Too close to take. 2 strikes, you gotta foul that off at the very least. So next up is Idris Elba. Hemedal in the Marvel Universe, hitting 357. Takes low ball 1. He has 2 homers and 7 runs batted in on the season. The Watcher. Well, he's not the Watcher, but guards the Bifrost. Fouls off the changeup. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike on Elba. Inside ball 2, count as 2-1. He hits a deep fly ball to center, but Duke Snyder, the center fielder, barely has to move, and there is 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Next up is Dave Batista, also known as Drax the Destroyer, hitting 313, 2 homers, 6 runs batted in for the Avengers. Dave is a former professional wrestler in the WWE. And he flies it the other way, swings at the first pitch, right in front of the warning track. Jason Hayward makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Tom Seaver. At the end of an inning and a half, Colorado leads 1-0. Bottom of the second, Yurli Gurriel, hitting 360, steps in against Rocket Raccoon. And he fouls off the fastball for strike 1. Slow ground ball to the pitcher. Bradley Cooper fields, fires, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the second inning. Defense for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right, Dave Batista, Don Cheadle, and Idris Elba. And in the infield from third base over, it's Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, and Robert Downey Jr., with Chris Evans catching behind the plate. So next up is Jason Hayward. He's hitting 324, 2 homers, 3 runs batted in. Hard ground ball to Black Panther, throws across the diamond, and there's 2 down. Next up, Andrew McCutchen, 324, 4 homers, 8 runs batted in on the season. Nice home run total after only 9 games. And he slices it foul for strike 1. Modest 5-game hitting streak from McCutchen. And he fouls off the cut fastball, counts quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 looking. Side is retired. So, 2 innings complete. Colorado still leading 1-0. Next up is Don Cheadle, War Machine. He's hitting 240 with 5 RBIs on the season. And he fouls it off. Strike 1. Breaks his bat, and the pitcher Tom Seaver jumps off the mound and makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the third. A lot of broken bats so far this year. So Tom Holland hit a single in the first inning. His batting average so far in 10 games is up to .588. Spider-Man is on fire. Pulls the first pitch down the third base line. Strike 1. In there, strike 2, counts no balls and 2 strikes on Holland. And it's a line drive to center, and he is 2 for 2. The hit parade continues for Spider-Man. He's on first base with 1 out here in the top of the third. Here's the replay.
Number 9.
He's just on fire. Next up, Falcon, Anthony Mackie. Because struck out in the first is 0 for 1. And he jams him in on his hands, fouls it back to the screen to count as 0 1. Anthony Mackie's hitting 371 on the season. Quick throw to first, he's back. Pitch out. Holland was not stealing, so the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Quick throw to first again. Gets his hand back in there. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Mackie's down 1 and 2 on the count. And he slices it the other way, and it drops in for a single. And with 1 out, there's runners at first and second for the Avengers. There's a replay.
Now batting, number 12.
Pulls his hands in and just serves it the other way. Robert Downey Jr. He's 5 for 11 for the series with 3 home runs. Takes ball 1 outside. He's 0 for 1 today. His runners at first and second with 1 out here in the top of the third. Count is 2-0. Three and 0 count. He's 1 more ball from loading the bases. Will he have the green light on 3 and 0? 3 and 1. Captain America's on deck. Iron Man's at the plate. Spidey is at second. Falcon's at first. And he's outside. Ball 4, and the bases are full of Avengers.
Now batting.
Next up is Chris Evans, Captain America. Chris reached on an error in the first. He has the bases loaded with 1 down. Outside, ball 1, nowhere to put him. Right on the outside corner, the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Chris Evans. Oh, high strike, but a strike nonetheless. Right on the edge, it's 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. And there are 2 down. Strikes out with the bases loaded and does not get the runner home from third.
Now batter, number 22.
Perfect pitch by Tom Seaver. So T'Challa, Chadwick Boseman, swings at the front of the changeup and then quickly 1 strike on Black Panther. And he pops him up in foul territory on the first base line. McCovey makes the catch and they leave the bases loaded. So after 2.5 innings of baseball, the Avengers losing 1-0. Ooh. Bottom of the third, Michael Bush is up. He's hitting a .194 with 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. Bradley Cooper deals. Oh, and he hits a long, deep drive, and it will strike the wall. Center fielder War Machine throws it back in, but not before. Michael Bush has a stand-up double with nobody out here in the 3rd inning. That's his 4th double of the season. Boom. High fence kept it in the ballpark. Somewhere else it might have been a home run. So with a runner in scoring position and nobody out, Corey Lee, the catcher, is up, hitting .267, 1 homer, 3 runs batted in. Swinging and missing. 2 singles, strike 1. Grounds it to the third baseman, who boots it, fires to first, not in time. The runner did not advance, so with nobody out here, we've got runners at first and second. With nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Duke Schneider, the guy that turns over, he was 0 for 1 in the first with the pop out. 4 for 11 in the series so far. Takes strike 1 at the knees. Cut fastball, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Schneider. Down low, count is 1-2. Two and 2. Swing and a miss. And there's 1 down. That's Cooper's 3rd strikeout of the game.
The batter, the shortstop, Greg Jones.
Greg Jones is up. Struck out in the first. He has runners at first and second. With 1 out. And he slices it down the third baseline, foul. And he hits a lazy fly ball that will drop in for a base hit. And it's going to be an RBI single for Greg Jones. And the score is now 2-0 Colorado.
Now batter.
Next up is Willie McCovey. There's still runners at first and second with 1 out. McCovey hit a solo homer in the first. And it's 4, 6, 3, double play, and the side is retired, but not before they got that RBI single. And after 2.5 innings of, I'm sorry, check that, 3.5 innings. At the end of 3, it's Colorado 2, the Avengers nothing. Leading off the top of the 4th, Mark Ruffalo struck out in the second, stepping up for his second plate appearance. And he swings and fouls off the slider, strike 1. High, ball 1, count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Slices it down the first base line into the seats. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ruffalo. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and there's 1 out. And he's struck out twice so far. Pitch speed comparison by Topps baseball cards. As you can see, these guys are fireballers. They're both in the high 90s. Next up, Idris Elba. Idris Elba plays Heimdall in the Thor franchise. He's up there with one out here in the top of the fourth, and he lines it to left, but right there is Andrew McCutcheon who makes the catch for the second out of the inning. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you can. Would appreciate it. Line drive to the outfielder. So 2 down here. In the top of the fourth, it's Dave Batista, Drax the Destroyer, from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And he hits a deep drive to the track. He makes the catch to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Tom Seaver. And after 3.5 innings of play, it's Colorado 2 and the Avengers nothing. Bottom of the fourth. Very skinny Miguel Cabrera is up. He's 0 for 1. Bradley Cooper, Rocket Raccoon, pitches. Gets him on the corner for strike 1. Ground ball past the dive of both Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland into right field for a base hit. And the Colorado Rockies lead off the bottom of the fourth with a single. For those of you that haven't been following, this is game number 10 of the full season. This is the third game of the 3-game set against Colorado. The Avengers have won the first 2 games, and if they win today, they sweep the series. But so far, they're losing 2-0. Here comes the pitch. Outside ball 1. Gurriel is 0 for 1. He grounded out. He hits a deep drive towards the gap, and it will be in there. It will roll all the way to the wall. Don Cheadle returns it to the infield, but not before. Miguel Cabrera has an RBI double and makes it a 3-0 lead for the Colorado Rockies. Ooh. It's his second double of the season. Here's the replay. Boom. Because they're superheroes doesn't mean they can play baseball. Anyway, Jason Hayward grounded out in the second. He's 3 for 10 for the series. And the pitch is off the plate inside for ball 1. Ball 2, count is 2 balls and no strikes on Hayward. There's a runner at second in scoring position. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Swing and a miss. 99 on the radar gun. Rocket deals. Low, 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count. McCutcheon is on deck. Just gets a piece. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner off second. Here's the pitch. Grounds it. Oh no, what a mess. Oh wait, it was on a fly. Okay. I thought he scooped it off the ground and I was trying to make a play at first, but apparently Tony Stark at first base caught it on the line for the first out of the inning. The runner did not advance. So Andrew McCutcheon struck out in the second inning, takes strike 1 at the knees. Low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he lines it towards the gap, and it will fall and roll all the way to the wall. The runner's coming home, and he will make it. It's an RBI double for McCutcheon. And it's suddenly a 4-0 Colorado lead on McCutcheon's 3rd double of the season. Ooh. Not just that, but Don Cheadle threw to the infield, missed the cutoff man, so there's no chance at the play at the plate. Bad baseball. All right, gonna have to manager's office, bullpen. Gonna have to look at Ed Norton is the Ed Norton's gonna warm up. Ed Norton is the man who played the Hulk in the Marvel Universe first back in 2008. He's going to warm up just in case, and the manager is going to do a mound visit to calm Bradley Cooper down, settle him down, give him a chance to breather, give the bullpen guy a chance to warm up. But he's going to stay in for now. Ground ball. Tom Holland is there, and he makes the throw to first for the second out of the inning. The runner advances to third. So we have 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Corey Lee is up. He singled in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 1. Strike 1.
0-1's the count.
Strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Corey Lee. Strike 3. And the side is retired, but not before they scored another 2 runs. At the end of 4 innings of play, it's Colorado 4, the Avengers nothing. Ooh. Will the Avengers be victorious? Let's see. So, leading off, Don Cheadle, James Rhodes, War Machine, whatever you want to call him, he's 0 for 1 here in the top of the 5th. And he hits a deep line drive, but right at Hayward and right. He makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Tom Holland, the man who plays Spider-Man, is 2 for 2 today. Checks the swing. It's low, ball 1. Out in front of the changeup, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Spidey. Outside, count is 2 and 1. Tom Seaver so far, he's in the 5th inning. He hasn't given up a run. And he's behind on it. Oh, wait, it's starting to drift. But Hayward makes the catch after taking a step in initially. And suddenly there are 2 down here in the top of the 5th. So next up is Anthony Mackie, who's 1 for 2. The Falcon. Can't wait to see that show on Disney Plus. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to be on Disney Plus in March. I can't wait. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. He checks it inside, ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Anthony Mackie. And it's a lazy ground ball to the second baseman. Fields fires, and the side is retired. So, 4.5 innings have been played, and it's Colorado has a 4-run lead. Oh boy, I got some work to do. All right, let's do this. Duke Schneider, 0 for 2 today. And it's in there for strike 1. Strike 2. Quickly the count is no balls and 2 strikes on Duke. And he flares a lazy fly ball out to left center field. Batista is there, and he makes the catch, 1 away.
The batter, number 2, shortstop.
Greg Jones is an RBI single today. It's 1 for 2. Steps in with 1 out. Cutter's inside, but called a strike. Swing and a miss, and count is 0 and 2.
0 and 2.
And he golfs it to the center fielder. Don Cheadle is there to make the catch for the second out of the inning. So there's 2 down here in the top of the 5th. I'm sorry, checked out, bottom of the 5th. Willie McCovey, he's 1 for 2 with a solo home run. Steps up to the plate. Rocket pours it in there for strike 1. And he slices it foul. Count is 0 and 2. Just gets a piece of the 2-seam fastball. And we'll do it again. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, side retired. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bradley Cooper. And it's an official ball game. End of 5 innings of play. Colorado 4, MCU nothing. Gotta get this show on the road. All right. Tony Stark, Iron Man, walked in the third. Officially, he's 0 for 1 at the plate today. Steps in to lead off the top of the 6th. And the pitch is low, ball 1. Outside, ball 2. Ball 3, count as 3 balls and no strikes. Chris Evans is on deck. Does he have the green light? No, he does not. Right down the middle of strike 1, count as 3 balls and 1 strike on RDJ. And it's a ground ball, base hit back through the box. And the Avengers lead off the top of the 6th with a runner.
Now back. Catcher.
He's the lead count.
Evans.
Chris Evans is up. He left the bases loaded today. Captain America's 0 for 2. Outside, ball 1. Tom Seaver is pitching a shutout into the 6th. And he slashes it towards the gap. Long run for... Oh, and he makes the catch. Robert Downey Jr. had taken off on the pitch, and it's going to be a double play. Oh, my goodness. They ran themselves into a double play, and there's 2 down here in the 6th. Oh, Chadwick Boseman is 0 for 2. He steps up to the plate. The late, great Black Panther. Takes low, ball 1. When you're down by 4, you can't have base running mistakes. And it's a line drive up the middle, a base hit for Chadwick Boseman. But unfortunately, there's 2 outs and they have to start all over again.
Now batting. Number 84.
So Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk, is up. And he pops it up in the infield. Greg Jones is there, and he retires the side. So after a base running blunder, they do not score. Halfway through the 6th inning, it's a 4-0 ball game, Colorado. So, bottom of the 6th, Miguel Cabrera is 1 for 2. Steps in against Rocket. In there for strike 1. Grounds it towards T'Challa. Black Panther fires, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 6th. Nice play by Chadwick. Gurriel is an RBI double today. He's 1 for 2. Steps in. Pitch is outside. Ball 1. High strike. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the changeup. Count is 1 and 2 on Gurriel. And he grounds it weakly down the third base line. He's deep. Strong throw. And he gets him. So there's 2 down here in the inning. 2 nice plays by Chadwick Boseman at third base. Jason Hayward steps up with 2 outs. He is 0 for 2 today. And he hits a deep drive, but it's curling foul and into the seats for strike number 1. Low, ball 1. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. And he slices it the other way into the seats. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Hayward. Inside 2 and 2. And it's a lazy fly ball to center. Don Cheadle is there. And he makes the catch to retire the side. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bradley Cooper here in the 6th. At the end of 6 innings of play, it's still a 4-run ball game. Colorado leads 4-0. All right, got to get my hitting shoes on. Let's go. Idris Elba, Hemedal, is 0 for 2, steps up against Tom Seaver, the Hall of Famer. Takes a strike at the outside corner.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Ball, 1 strike. Manager's office, bullpen. Ed Norton, I'm going to schedule to put him in the game. It's time for him to play. I think enough from Rocket Raccoon.
Ball 2.
Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Elba. And it's a soft line drive that will be caught in right field by Jason Hayward for the first out here in the top of the 7th. Dave Batista has flown out twice. He's 0 for 2. Seems like everyone in the lineup except for Spider-Man is 0 for 2. Pulls the foul, strike 1. Outside, ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And he fouls off the fastball. Count is 1-2.
Ball.
2-2. Seems like the best chance they had to score was when they had the bases loaded. But unfortunately, Chris Evans. Inside corner. Strike 3 called. And there's 2 down. That's Tom Seaver's 5th strikeout of the game.
Now batting.
Oh, I wish I had a better angle. Thought that was inside. Anyway. War Machine is up. Don Cheadle. James Rhodes. And he grounds it the other way. Cabrera throws. And he... Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch. Halfway through the 7th inning. It's still a 4-run lead for Colorado. If you've decided to poke your head in and watch me play this game, I apologize. I usually score like 20 runs. I don't know. I think it's Tom Seaver. So, the Avengers changed their pitcher on the mound. It's Ed Norton, the man who used to play the Hulk, making his 4th appearance. He's pitched 5 innings. He's given up 5 runs. His ERA is 9.00. Looking to improve on that. He faces Andrew McCutchen here in the bottom of the 7th. McCutchen is an RBI double. He's 1 for 2 today.
The left fielder, Andrew.
And it's in there for strike 1. And he fouls off the slurve. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. And he slices it foul. Count remains 0-2. Lazy fly ball to center. Don Cheadle is there. War Machine makes the catch, and there's 1 down. Next up, Michael Bush. He is a double, a run scored. He's 1 for 2. Swing and a miss over the top of the sinker. Strike 1. Inside, count 1-1. That pitch hit triple digits, 100 miles an hour on the radar gun. Lazy fly ball, and again War Machine makes the catch, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, catcher,
Corey Lee is single. He's 1 for 2. He's 2 for 10 in this series. Strike. Swing and a miss. High and tight. Count is 0-2 on Corey Lee. And he pops him up in the infield. Black Panther is there. And he makes the catch to retire the side. So, 1 shutout inning for Ed Norton. At the end of 7 innings of play, it's Colorado 4. The Hollywood Avengers, nothing. fastball in the rope. Tom Holland is 2 for 3.
Hitting for the Avengers.
Two right-handers are warming up in the Rockies bullpen.
Tom Holland.
Pitches in the dirt for strike one. Way out in front of the changeup. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Spidey. 2-1.
Outside. Outside, that's the ball.
Count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Tom Holland. And he slices it towards the gap, and it will fall. 1 hop to the fence, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Tom Holland as he leads off the top of the 8th inning here with a double, his 5th of the season. And they have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Long run for Duke Snider, can't get there. So next up is Anthony Mackie. He's 1 for 3 with a single. And he pulls it just foul down the first base line. Strike one. Holland leads off second. Oh, and he pulls it, but just foul. Count is 0-2 on Mackie. Just off the plate, 1-2. Down and in, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Falcon. And he jams him in on his hands. Count will remain 2-2. Pitch is low. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. No one out. Tom Holland leads off second. Here comes the payoff pitch. And he's late on it. And it's a lazy fly ball to Andrew McCutcheon for the first out. No advance on the base paths. Pitcher comparison. Well, obviously Tom Seaver's still pitching. He's responsible for the runner at second, but obviously he won the matchup between him and Rocket Raccoon. Robert Downey Jr. is up. He's 1 for 2 today. 1 down here in the top of the 8th. And it's a ground ball to the second baseman. He holds him at second, throws to first, and there's 2 down. Tony is retired. Chris Evans, he's 4 for 23 on the season. 174 average. He's dealt with an injury. Kept him out for a few games. Chris Evans needs to get on track. Takes outside ball 1. Outside ball 2. Count is 2-0 on captain. Fouls off the fastball, 95 on the radar gun. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Chris Evans. Tom Holland leads off second. Right at the knees. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nasty pitch. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Here in the top of the 8th. Payoff pitch. Hard ground ball, but right at the second baseman. He throws to retire the side. So the runner at second does not score. And he's pitched 8 shutout innings. It's 4-0 Colorado. Ooh, Tom Seaver. So Norton will pitch, but I'm just going to warm somebody up just in case things get a little out of hand. Paul Bettany, who plays Vision, is going to warm up. And Ed Norton deals in there for strike one. 100 on the radar. Triple digits. Swinging and a miss at the inside breaking ball. Count is 0-2. Oh, and he pulls it through the right. Oh, quick. Little bit of a muff out there in right field by Idris Elba, but he quickly recovers. It was a single anyway. Did not advance. So they have the leadoff runner on here in the bottom of the eighth. Greg Jones is an RBI single. It's 1 for 3. And he grounds it foul. Strike one. Fouls it back to the screen. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Greg Jones. Just gets a piece to stay alive. Count will remain 0-2. Swing and miss, the inside fastball. 1 down here in the bottom of the eighth.
Now batting.
Real time. Willie McCovey's up. Hold on a second. Manager, bullpen. I'm going to go to the mound first. And I know Ed Norton's got an awful lot of confidence because you can see that blue bar in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, CFD, that's his confidence, ENG's his energy. I don't care. If the lefty Willie McCovey's up, he hit a home run today, he's 4 for 12. I am just milking it for more time. I'm going to the bullpen and I'm bringing in Paul Bettany, the man who plays Vision in the Marvel Universe. He's going to be on Disney Plus, WandaVision soon. It's this January, maybe a couple of weeks. And it's a lazy fly ball on the first pitch. Elba, back. It is caught. The wind must have caught hold of that one. Just kept going. But in any event, it's still 2 outs here in the bottom of the eighth. Next up is Miguel Cabrera. He's 1 for 3 with a single. And he hits the lazy fly ball on his next pitch. War Machine is there. Don Cheadle makes the catch to retire the side. So, last licks for the Avengers. They go to the top of the ninth. They need 4 runs to tie. Can they do it? Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to score 5 runs. Let's go. All right. Manager, bullpen. Because I'm going to tie the game, Jeremy Renner is going to warm up. Jeremy Renner. Leading off the top of the ninth, Chadwick Boseman. Pitches high. No, calls it a strike. Tom is going for the complete game shutout against Team of Superheroes. And he jams him. There is McCovey. And 1 down here in the ninth. Mark Ruffalo is 0 for 3 today. Is he Bruce Banner or will he be the Hulk in this at bat? Let's see. That's a strike. Outside corner.
0-1's the count. Oh,
1-1. He's up over 100 pitches. Inside, 2-1. I know you want to hit a home run, Hulk, but we need base runners. 3-1. Idris Elba's on deck. And he hits it in the hole. Nice play by Jones. Long throw from deep and short. And he gets him. What a play. 2 down. They're down to their final out. What a nice play by Greg Jones. So, the Avengers have won the first 2 games in this 3-game set at Coors Field. So it looks like, if things stay the way they are, that the Avengers will have won 2 out of 3 after losing this one 4-0. I'll take a 2 out of 3 series win on the road. But I'd still like to win this game. Idris Elba's 0 for 3. He is the final out.
Ball one.
Checks his swing. Count is 1-0. I need to get the bases loaded and then hit a grand slam to tie the game. Let's do this.
2-0.
Ball 2. 2-0.
Ball.
3-0 count. Will he have the green light? No, he will not. He will absolutely not have the green light. High strike. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike on Elba. And he hits a line drive base hit and refuses to be the last out of the ball game. So with 2 down here in the 9th, the Avengers have a base runner.
Now back.
Next up is Dave Batista. 0 for 3 today.
Batista.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Out in front of the breaking ball. Does have 2 home runs in this series. He'd love a third one right now. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Drax. Swing and a miss. But the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. They are down to their final strike. And he hits it high and deep. It's going. It is Gonzo. That is a 2-run home run. Batista's 3rd of the season. And the score is 4-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Check that. Top of the 9th. And the score, they have a 2-run deficit. It just kept going. Shutout is gone. It's 4-2. So, pitching change. They were keeping him in there for the purposes of the shutout, but now that it's gone, it's time to go to a reliever. Tom Seaver is still the pitcher of record. If the bullpen gets 1 more out, and they're on their feet for Tom Seaver, Hall of Famer. In from the mound, Raleigh Fingers making his 3rd appearance of the season. His record is 0-1. He does have a save. His ERA is 6.75. And next up is Don Cheadle, War Machine. He's 0 for 3 today. Hard ground ball on the first pitch. Greg Jones throws. In time, ball game over. Colorado wins 4-2. So, as I said before, this 3-game set at Coors Field, the Avengers won 2 out of 3 on the road. But, of course, in order to win 2 out of 3, you have to lose 1. They lost this one 4-2. At least it wasn't a shutout. Dave Batista, Drax the Destroyer, with 2 outs in the 9th. Put a pin cushion in that little balloon. But sometimes you got to lose. So after 10 games, the Avengers are 7-3 after 10 games. And let's do the final score the right way. So Colorado 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Hollywood Avengers 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Tom Seaver is the winner. Bradley Cooper is the loser. Raleigh Fingers gets his 2nd save of the season. And of course, Tom Seaver is the player of the game. 8 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, and the victory. Tom Holland was 3 for 4, and of course, Dave Batista had that 2-run homer, with 2 outs in the 9th, but it was not enough. This has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. Please like this video. I personally wouldn't like this video. We lost, but there are other videos that you could like. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you for joining me, and have yourself a great day.